Hello, my name is Zoe, and I'm going to be your therapist for this session. And before we get started, I just want to let you know this is a judgment-free zone. However, anything you say that can harm yourself or others, I do have to report it because I am a mandated reporter. And anything that's said in here stays in here because there's confidentiality involved. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, what brings you in today, Juliet?
It's just some things that's going on at work, and I just need to talk to somebody about it.
Okay, so is it a new job? Or is it an old job? What are we dealing with?
Well, it's not a new job. I've been with the company for quite some time now.
Okay.
It's just an issue with one of my coworkers.
And what's the issue? What's happening with your coworker?
They're just being difficult. They not being a team player.
And
So
what does team player look like to you when you see that not happening with her?
A team player is somebody who is, you know, who looks out for each other. If one person needs help, will step in and help this person. Because, at the end of the day, we're all human and we're trying to help other people with their lives. But sometimes we could be the person the person that need help. So just being a team player, looking out for each other, making sure we got our deadlines, stuff like that. She not like that.
I see you're really passionate about being a team player, so it's beautiful to see. I see that as one of your strengths already.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I just find it very difficult to work with people who's not a team player, because it's like, how do we get our work done? Because they don't just see you as the team, they call us as one name. They see all of us, they don't just see you.
Yeah. So what happened for her not to be a team player? Like, what was the breaking point for you?
When we all had to basically stick together and be there for my coworker.
Okay.
When she was just trying to help to the best of her ability, and the coworker the reason why I'm here, she didn't want to hear that. She just went off without even trying to understand or be understanding. It was just like her way or the highway. And she started talking to me like I'm a child. I'm a grown woman. Why are you talking to me like I'm a child? So I told my coworker, I said, get this phone, because I don't know who she thinks she's talking to, because she's not talking to me like that, because you're not going to disrespect me. I don't disrespect you.
Yeah. So what did she say in the phone call?
She was like, oh, why are y'all not here? You're supposed to be here by a certain time. Like, last time I checked, you're not the manager. The site coordinator gave me instructions, and I listened to the site coordinator. I don't listen to you.
And I see the emotions coming out from this experience. How did you handle it going forward when she did that?
When she did that, I had to catch myself, because first of all, I'm at work. There's kids in the backseat. I said, Jalen, get this phone, because if you don't get this phone, girl, I'm about to slap. I said, I don't know who she thinks she's talking to, but she not talking to me. And Jalen took the phone, and she spoke to her.
Okay, so your feelings were very explosive at that time.
Yes.
Okay.
I just had to step away, because it's like she wasn't even trying to listen to understand. I'm telling her what the site coordinator told me to do, but all she hearing is what she want to hear. Because she's talking something, no, you're not supposed to do it. Are you in charge, or the site coordinator in charge?
Yeah, but I want to say that I do, I'm very happy that you were able to recognize how your emotions could affect your behavior and you stepped away from that issue.
Yes.
So I just wanted to let you know you did a really good job with that and give yourself some grace as well.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. And then, is there anything else that upsets you about starting to be involved with working with this coworker?
Well, that was the first incident that happened that really showed her true colors. I've always witnessed her around the office, like talk to my other coworkers like that. So I just really stayed away from her because I don't play with that stuff. You're not finna talk to me, any kind of way. So I just mind my business and do my job. But just recently, my supervisor said that she think I'll be a great fit at the other school, and just so happened this co-worker works at that school. And I didn't really know how to feel about it because I knew what have happened in the past.
Yeah.
And then I didn't want to go into it with that mindset. I'm just like, no, just let it go. Let's have a fresh start. But we just did a field trip the other day, and she comes over to my table, me and my other coworker. We're all on the same team, by the way. She comes over there, she was like, oh, you ready to work with me at the other school? You ready to work with me at the other school? I said, yeah, I'm ready. I said, I didn't have no problems with working at the other school. I said, I'm open to it. I said, our supervisor already gave me the rundown that this school requires more and you have to do this, you have to do that. But she's going to make sure I'm trained on it before I start.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, you're not ready. You're not ready. I'm type A personality and I could be an A-hole.
Oh, wow. And how did you handle that or take that in?
Well, when she was telling me, oh, are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? I just said, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. But when she said that, I just said, okay. I didn't really know what else to say because it's just like, I felt like I was being attacked. Like, where's all this coming from? Are you trying to mark your territory?
Yeah.
At the job? When all we doing is servicing the same individuals. We all have the same mission. Like, I was very confused by that. And I just went home and I sat on it. Because it's like I was still processing what had just happened to me.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you were able to identify what happened in that moment so that you could go home and sit on the issue that just occurred. And how did you replace those negative barriers at the time?
What how she was coming at me?
Yeah.
During the moment, I just let her speak. But in my mind, I was just freaking out internally. I was like, what the heck is going on? But I just know that I can only control what comes out of my mouth, what I say. And I can't control the next person. So I let her talk.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, okay, I'm ready. And she told me what type of person she is, how she operates. I was just like, okay. But in my mind, I was like, this lady crazy.
Yeah.
Cause what? That's not how you welcome somebody on your team. So, and then it's like, I don't really know her like that. So I don't know if she meant it in like a joking way, but she didn't laugh at all. So I was like, okay, are you trying to intimidate me?
Yeah, no. I see the frustration. I could sense it that you just don't feel comfortable where you are when she's there. So have you made a plan or no?
No.
Okay. So I think the first plan, it could be finding a time period of when you want to not be involved in that type of environment. So how long do you think you will stay in that environment when she's being a certain way to you?
So first, I'll just let the conversation, of course, come to an end.
Okay.
And then once it comes to an end, I would try to sit there and talk about it and come to a resolution to the problem.
And when you say talk about it, are you going to talk to her about it?
Yes.
Okay. So that would be your second plan, to see if you can talk to her, to see if you can resolve it.
Yes.
And then if the environment starts to be more hostile, what do you think your third plan would be?
I would just, I wouldn't allow myself to get hostile. I don't know how she is.
Yeah.
But I would definitely be like, okay, we need to take this to higher up. So I would have to have a conversation or sit down with my coworker, with our supervisor, and see what's going on.
Okay. I think that is actually a good way to use your plan, because you want to make sure you still feel as if you're being heard and have the steps to fix the issue.
Right.
Yeah. So before we end, I wanted to know how you're feeling now after the session.
I feel good. I feel like coming up with a plan is just being prepared for it. If it happens again, I know how I can move. And yeah, it just keeps me on top of things in a sense. Because like in the moment, like last time when it happened to me, I was freaking out internally, and I was just like, did this really just happen to me? So yeah, so this would be my plan moving forward of what I would do.
Well, I'm glad that you're able to get something from this first session, and I'm glad that you're able to express yourself and feel comfortable. And I did play some music in the background to help you stay regulated. I don't know if that helped or not, but that's just a mindful thing to do. If you just want to calm down, you can play something calming for yourself. Okay.
Okay.
But I can't wait to see you for our next session.